What up, Fit Fam? Sam coming at you with a brand new workout. We have got 25 seconds on the clock, 10 seconds in between. You will need a set of dumbbells and a kettlebell here. This right here I got from Tribewad. It's just a kettlebell that I picked up during the pandemic. If you do not have the kettlebell, you can use a backpack, but if you want to get a little fancier with it, you can always go ahead. Grab yourself an old detergent bottle. That's actually why I have this out here. This one's empty, of course, but this works for the swings that we'll be doing, as well as the bent over alternating row that you'll be seeing us do as we go into this movement. So without further ado, go ahead, pause me if you have to, find those items, fill this water jug, whatever, and we're gonna jump right into it. So let's go ahead, start with those trunk twists. We're reaching across the body, coming up on those toes. Nothing too fancy here, just reaching and twisting, getting that thoracic spine nice and toasty. We're gonna keep it right here, 5 more seconds, and then we got a calf raise coming at you in 3, 2, 1. Coming up on the balls of those feet, get those hops in there. Not taking the hop, no worries, you can go for a calf raise. I work out in my apartment right here. It's a little bit of a mess right now, but the thing is, if I bounce around too tough, half the stuff on that shelf's gonna fall off anyway, so I'll just usually keep to a calf raise. Keep it here, 5 more seconds, taking front to back in 3, 2, 1. We're gonna take it forward, we're gonna take it back. Keep me going right here, pumping the arms, moving the feet. Once again, you can step into this, or you can hop into this. Depending upon what your range of motion is, or what your impact level can be, you can go ahead and do either or. We're gonna change it up, take it side to side. 3, 2, 1. Side to side step, side to side hop, whatever you got. You can keep it right here. You can bounce into this, step into it, just keep the body moving side to side. Keep it going, 5 more seconds, and then we're going into your butt kicks in 3, 2, 1. Get your heels up to that booty. You can keep it right here. You can run into this again, keeping your knees below the hips though. Really the goal here is to get that stretch in that quad as the heel comes up. Don't let that knee track forward. 5 more seconds in this. We're gonna bring the knees up front in 3, 2, 1. Knees up. We can march into this. You can step into this. Whatever works best. Just keep it going, 5 more seconds. And then we're going to your step overs in 3, 2, 1. Now with your step over, you want to drive the heel back, reach for the toe. Find something out in front of you to focus on as you sit the hips back into this. If your balance isn't there, don't be afraid to use something to lean on. Maybe that table, maybe that chair. Maybe don't go as deep into it. You can reach as low as the knee or the shin, maybe the toe. Keep it here for 3, 2, 1. Now your next up, we've got your knee circle side lunge. Step it out, drop it low, bring it around, step it out, drop it low. Toes forward, hips down, heels down as well. Something else to keep in mind when it comes to a side lunge, make sure you're driving your hips backwards behind you into this. A lot of times we'll get our side lunges, we're in here, shoulders are directly over the hips. Now you want to sit those hips back behind that heel line, bring it on in, hit the other side. For 3, 2, 1. Bring your feet together, maybe down here. We got 10 up squats with a reach coming your way, coming on up, count to the very top, coming on back down. Let me hear you loud and proud, top of that reach. Ready? Up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Arm circles going forward. Start short and choppy, let's get a little bigger with every rotation. Remember your up squats that we just did, we're not looking for depth. We're just trying to get those legs nice and toasty. So the lower you can go at that speed, the better, but honestly, it's just a warm up, you're fine. Go ahead, put your palms up, flip it in reverse here. Start short and choppy. Let them get a little bit bigger. Once they're as big as you can make them. Bring them up, drop them down, biceps to ears, hands past those hips. Keeping it here for 3, 2, 1. Love yourself, hug yourself, hug yourself, love yourself. Bring those arms across that chest. Give me that T pose in 3, 2, 1. Arms out to the side, stop those feet when I say down. Slap those hard working thighs. Ready? Down. We got 10 jumping jacks coming your way. Count to the very top, coming right back down. Not taking the hop, you can step into each one. We're aiming for 10 on this one, so let me hear you loud and proud whether you're hopping or stepping. Ready, go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, keep those bodies moving, pay attention. We're just jumping right into round number one. Round number one, exercise one, you're gonna need your dumbbells. You got your dumbbell squat with an overhead press. Now, as I said before, if you don't have dumbbells, you can grab something else. I showed you that old laundry basket or laundry detergent jug. You can use that for a kettlebell, but don't be afraid to grab it and use it for a dumbbell instead. Right here, we've got your dumbbell squat with overhead press. Let them rest right here at the shoulders. Squat it low, drive it high, press it up, bring it down, okay? Sit the hips behind you, draw the hips in, get that glute squeeze, get that press, bring it on down. Now, if the overhead press isn't for you, don't worry about it. You can skip the press, go for a bicep curl instead. Squat it low, drive it in, release the curl, right back up to the shoulders, okay? The front load is gonna force you to use that core a little bit more, so if it bothers your low back to get into that squat from holding the weights up front, let the weights hang down low, and then get a curl as you see fit, especially if you're starting down at the bottom, all right? Let's go ahead, jump right into it. Feel free to pause me if you need to grab anything, but either way, 25 seconds on the clock. 10 seconds in between, 3 times through these 6 exercises. With 25 seconds on the clock before we get started, just letting you guys know, I like to have an asymmetrical movement in there twice, so we hit one side for the first set, the other side for the second set. So be prepared. You will be hitting a crossover lunge with a skip on one side for exercise 2. And then you'll hit it again on the other side for exercise 4. And then we'll be moving on to your, exercise 5, and then we'll be moving on to your 6th and final movement after that. So, let's go ahead, start with that squats, overhead press. I'm actually gonna take a sip of water before. All right, I lied, it's not water, it's ghosts, so whatever. All right, here we go. 3, 2, go. Hips low, chest high, sit it down, drive it up, press it up, keep it right here. Don't forget, if the overhead action is too much on your shoulders, no worries, finish the squat, release the curl, keep the elbows close to those ribs for that one. If that's too much for you still, sit it low, stand it up, curl, release, repeat. Keeping the dumbbells low for 3, 2, 1. Dumbbells out the way. We have got your crossover lunge with a skip. So step the leg across that hip line, and then up with that skip. Here we go. Step it across, drive the knee. If this action with the knee drop bothers the knee, no worries. Instead, go ahead, focus on keeping that rear leg straight. Boom, up, drive. Okay, here's a better angle for you. Boom, up, drive. It's almost like a curtsy and a knee drive, so you can keep the rear leg straight. Keep it here for 2, 1, done. Taking it down to the ground for your flutter kicks, okay? Flex the feet, heels away, toes to nose. Get that flutter kick, not taking this. Elevate the hips with those hands. Keep it going just like so. Now, if that's still not for you, no worries. Keep it standing. We're instead gonna go for an alternating toe tap, okay? We're reaching for the toe, each raise. Toe too low, reach for the shin. Shin too low, go for that knee. Keeping it here for 5 more seconds. And then you've got your scissor jacks for 2, 1. Now, with your scissor jacks, your feet are gonna go back and forth, your hands are gonna go over your head. If you need, start with your feet first, okay? Hop them back and forth, then bring the arms up as fast as your feet can go. Now, normally your arms dictate how fast your legs can move, but if you don't have the mobility in those hips, this might be your speed. If you're not digging the hop, step, tap the heel, reach the hands over those ears, keep it going just like so. Not digging this either, reach your hands out front for 2, 1. Next up, we're hitting that crossover lunge on the other side. So now I'm coming across this line, skip, crossover, skip. Now, if the skip isn't for you, keep the rear leg straight, bring it on in, drive the knee, drop the knee and hip, just get that knee drive. Stabilize on the one leg. That is really the goal here, that single leg stabilization. Drop, drive and hold, drop, drive and hold. Keep it right here for 3, 2, 1. All right, now, this is where that kettlebell comes in. You've got your bent over alternating kettlebell row. Drive the hips back, chest nice and tall. Row, release, switch, row, release, switch. Keeping that chest down the whole time. If that's not for you, stick to a dumbbell alternating bicep curl. Okay, hips drawn in, one side, other side. One side, other side. Otherwise, if the bend doesn't bother you, you've got that row, keep that chest tall for 3, 2, 1. Get that dumbbell, get that kettlebell out of the way. Grab your dumbbells. We're back to that squat, to that overhead press. Chest nice and tall, shoulders rolled back. Here we go. Squat, drive, press it up. Squat, drive, press it up. Now, remember, if the overhead press isn't for you, for a bicep curl instead, rack them up. Squat, drive, release, rack them up. Not digging that either. Let the weights hang low. 6 more seconds of this. Get a bicep curl at the top. Keep those elbows pinned to those ribs for 2, 1, done. Dumbbells out the way. Next up, crossover lunge with that skip. Step across that center line, drive the knee. Okay? Trying to figure out what's a good angle because I feel like looking at myself in the camera here, you guys aren't really seeing that my knee is lining up with my front leg heel. Either way though, you're stepping this leg across behind you, drop the knee and hip, drive the knee at the top, or getting that hop. Keep it going for 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Taking it down to the ground. We've got your flutter kicks. Remember, if you're not on the ground, guys, you can keep it standing with an alternating leg raise. Kick them up as high as you can. Keep it going right here, all right? For those of us on the floor, flexing the feet, heels away, toes to nose, keeping it right here. Short and choppy. This right here is gonna basically function like a stationary banana hold, but it's gonna really set those abs on fire. So we're gonna keep this right here, 7 more seconds. Flex the feet, heels away, toes to nose, eyes to thighs, hands under those booties for 2, 1. We're up. Scissor jacks. Remember, you can step into it, keep your arms out wide. You can reach up. You can hop. Whatever works best, just keep the hips drawn in, shoulders rolled back. Keep it going, getting that bounce. Keeping it going. We got 15 seconds here, and then we're jumping right in to that crossover lunge on the other leg. I hope you guys remember what side you were on because I kind of forgot on mine. Keep it going for 3, 2, 1. All right, here we go. Crossover lunge, other leg. Step across that center line. Drive the knee. Cross that center line. Drive the knee. Keep it right here. 25 seconds. Not digging that. Drive the knee. Tuck that hip. Boom. Keep that chest tall. Shoulders rolled back. 13 seconds. You can skip. You can just drive the knee. Keep it going for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Done. All right. Bent over alternating kettlebell row. Grab that kettlebell. Keep it close. Right between those heels is ideal. Boom. Switch. Boom. Switch. Remember, not digging the row or that bent over action. Say that's too much on the low back. No problem. Grab your 2 dumbbells, 1 in each hand. Chest nice and tall, alternating bicep curl. Hips drawn in, elbows tucked into those ribs. 7 more seconds of this. 3, 2, 1, done. Now if you were using the dumbbells, keep them handy. If you weren't, grab them. Squat with that overhead press in 5 seconds. Last set, best set, coming at you. Ready. Here we go. Drop, drive, press, release. Drop, drive, press, release. Not digging the overhead press. No worries. Feel free to go ahead. Release the curl, bring it up, squat it low. Think of Little John. You know, I want you to squat down, make your knee touch your elbow. I think that's how the song goes. Doesn't matter. 3, 2, 1, done. Dumbbells out the way. Next up, crossover lunge with that knee drive. Keeping it asymmetrical in 3, 2, 1. Now, I'm gonna go ahead and just face the wall here. I'm gonna step this outside leg towards you guys and then drive the knee up front. Chest nice and tall. If this bothers the knee with the knee drop, keep the rear leg straight, bring it on in, drive the knee, tap the toe. Keep it going for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Next up, we're to those flutter kicks. Remember, if you're standing, alternating toe tap. If you're on the ground, drop down to the floor. Drive that low back into the floor. Keep those shoulder blades off of it. Chest nice and high. Eyes to the thighs, toes to nose, heels away. Remember, you can raise one leg at a time too. You do not have to be super intense about this. Just keep it going. Do what you can. Keep going 5 more seconds. You're almost there. 3, 2, 1. All right, here we go. Scissor jacks coming at you. Feet going back and forth. Getting that hop in there. Not digging the hop. No worries. Don't forget, you can step into each one. Just reach your arms up as high as you can. If you have full range of motion in those shoulders, fantastic. If not, is this you? That's cool too. Not taking this, give me that clap in the middle. Scissor seal jacks are more than okay. Whether you're stepping, you're hopping, whatever works best. Keep going for 4, 3, 2, 1. Done. Bent over kettlebell row, last one, best one. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. Use those hips and those hamstrings to load up that weight. Do not use that back. And a great way to find out if you're doing that is if the weight's way out here, okay? Should be under those heels. Should roll right up to that hip, those ribs. Keep going for 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Done. All right, here we go. Crossover lunge on the other side, because I forgot. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Crossover lunge, knee drive. You can get that skip. You can get that tap. Face this way now. You see what I'm talking? Oh, I almost took the wrong side again. I'm so glad I figured out what direction to face. Step across, drop the knee. Get the skip. Keep it going right here. 4, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That is all she wrote, guys. Go ahead, get that drink of water. I'm gonna grab mine. We'll be kicking off round 2 in just a second here. All right, guys, we're back at it. Round number 2 coming at you. Still gonna need those dumbbells. You're still gonna need that kettlebell or that water jug, whatever it is you're using for those weights. Don't even worry about it. We're gonna get it done. So exercise number 1, we've got your dumbbell lateral raise with a bicep curl. Now, with your lateral raise, a lot of people seem to forget. A lot of people. You see what I did there? No, that's fair. You're gonna go ahead, drive your thumbs out, down towards the ground, but lead with your pinkies on the way out. A great way to look at this is if you're leading with your elbows. So you want to constantly keep a decent line between your shoulders and your and the elbows themselves. This is more of a fixed angle. You do not want to kind of like have them tracking all over the place. You want them to go straight out to the sides and straight back down. Now, last bit about your lateral raise. A lot of times we'll bring them all the way in, and to be honest, at that point, you kind of lose the contraction in the shoulder itself. So if you can, you kind of want to stop about 75% of the way through the movement. So if you start from here and you come all the way up, that's 100%, right? Then from here you come down. You probably want to start right before your wrists end up in line with your hips, and then right back up again. Now, this is a combination move, so we're going to kind of superset this with a bicep curl as well. So you're going to go ahead, lat raise, bring it down, curl it up, bring it down, repeat from there. So make sure you grab yourself a decent amount of weight here. Shoulders roll back, chest nice and high. So for example, you'll notice right here, here's an example so you can see where my wrist stop. Boom, pow, curl, release, okay? My elbows stay in place once they're at the bottom. This right here ensures that I'm using my biceps and not my shoulders to raise the weight up, okay? So with that in mind, bring them up, drop them down, curl it up, release. Now, if the weight you grab is a little too easy for a bicep curl, let's go ahead and burn out those biceps instead. So you're gonna go for a lateral raise, and then you're gonna go for a double curl, okay? Keep your elbows tucked in. This right here is one of the caveats of training at home. You only have so much weight, so sometimes kind of that happy medium, especially with super step movements like this. Now, let's go ahead, jump right into it. You're gonna hit the buzzer. You're gonna have 4 seconds before we kick off. So let's see it. Grab those dumbbells in 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Drive them up, curl them up. Drive them up, curl them up. Hips drawn in, shoulders rolled back, chest nice and high. If you need to stagger that stance, that's fine too. Keep it going for 10 more seconds. Don't forget, if the weight's too light for that curl, double up on that curl and then go for that fly. Keep it going for 3, 2, and 1. Dumbbells out the way. This right here is what one of my clients like to call the Jane Fonda. We've got your side plank, side crunch. Keep it right here. Now, if you're not digging this, you can drop that bottom knee to the ground, hips drawn in, try again. Still not digging this, no worries. Keep it standing with what I like to call your staying alive, your BGs, if you will. Reach on up, try to get your knee to the elbow. You're gonna use that leg as a weight to pull that knee up. Crunch, release, crunch, release. We're gonna hit the other side for exercise 4, but in the meantime, you gotta squat with a crisscross. Chest nice and tall. Squat, crisscross the feet. Squat, crisscross the feet. Honestly, this move right here, as much as it's working the legs with the classic squat, and it's hitting the inside and outside of the thighs with that hop, this right here is more of a calorie burner. So the faster you get into it and out of it, the better. Tap, tap, drop, tap, tap, drop. Hop into it if you like. Keep it going for 3, 2, 1. All right, now for your kettlebells, you got your kettlebell swing. So keep your elbows pinned to your ribs here. Hinge, bring it up, hinge, bring it up. Keep it right here. Now, if you've got the range of motion, keep your shoulders pinned together and let that kettlebell swing. Not digging that. Hinge, drive. Hinge, drive. No kettlebell, no backpack, no problem. Focus on the good morning. Keep it going. Drive the hips back. Feel that stretch in those hamstrings. Come back up for 3, 2, 1. Kettlebell out the way. Side plank, side crunch. Taking it down to the ground. Hips in. Right here. Open up, close it up. Keep it right here. Now, you want to make sure that your hips are tucked in. Okay, you see this line I've got going on here? You do not want to kink the hips back into this movement. If for those of you on the ground aren't digging that, you can take it to an elevated surface, or you can keep it standing again with that reach crunch. Keep as little weight as possible on that floating foot for 2, 1. All right, coming on up. Got your Heisman. 3-step knee drive. 1, 2, 3, knee. 1, 2, 3, knee. Keeping it right here. 20 seconds. Not digging the hop. No worries. Step into it. But what I want you to do, focus on keeping your hips square. This is about lateral agility. Do not rotate into that knee drive. This is not a Heisman. This is a dance move. You want to go ahead, keep the hips square for 2, 1. Dumbbell lateral raise with that bicep curl once again. 1 dumbbell on each hand. Shoulders rolled back. Raise it up. Curl it up. Now, I just thought about this. You guys might notice sometimes that weight, bringing it out, can be a bit of a challenge. So what you can do is instead, go for a shrug into a bicep curl instead. Shrug it up, bring it down, curl it up, release. Maybe the weight was a challenge for the curl, but it's too much for the lat raise. That's fine. Give me that shrug for 3, 2, 1. Coming down for that side plank, side crunch. Down on the ground again. Hips drawn in, shoulders rolled back. Boom, pow, boom, pow. Now don't forget, a couple of ways you can do this, okay? Easiest on the ground, drop that bottom knee. If that's not for you, kick out that bottom leg, but keep it behind you. Tuck the hips in. The weight being behind you on that leg might keep it better in line with that hip. Otherwise, keep to that BG move, staying alive for 3, 2, 1. All right, next up, squat with that crisscross. Hips low, crisscross the feet. Hips low, crisscross the feet. Keep it right here. Not taking the hop, no worries. Sit it low, drive it, step, step. Sit it low, step, step. Sit it low, step, step. Keep it right here, 10 more seconds. Final 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, next up, kettlebell swings. Now don't forget, no weight, no problem. Good morning. Or if you've got a kettlebell, you can grab that weight right below the hips. Keep those shoulders rolled back, chest nice and tall. Hinging at the waist, drive the hips back. Feel that stretch in those hamstrings and glutes. You should feel it in the back of those thighs, the back of those hips. You should not feel it in that back. Keep it right here. If you've got the swing. For 2, 1, done. Kettlebell out the way. Side plank, side crunch once again. Taking it down. Oh, I didn't show you the standing variation the first time. So if you're standing, don't forget, little weight as possible on that leg. Reach that hand up. Crunch, tap, okay? Now, for those of you that are on the ground, make sure you're hitting the right side, because I almost did the same side twice just now. Hips drawn in. Knee to that elbow. You can stagger the feet, stack the feet, whatever you got. For 2, 1. All right, we're up. Next up, you've got your Heismans again. 3-7 knee drive, 3-7 knee drive. We're almost done, guys. Keep those hips square, those shoulders square. Step, knee drive, step, knee drive. Keeping it going. 1, 2, 3, bow. 1, 2, 3, boom. 1, 2, 3, bow. 1, 2, 3, boom. 1, 2, 3, bow. Keep it going for 7 seconds. And then we're jumping in to it one more time in 3, 2, 1. All right, here we go. Lat raise, bicep curl, coming at you. In 4, 3, 2, 1. Now don't forget, this is the classic move. If you find this is not for you, don't be afraid to go ahead, shrug it up, curl it up, shrug it up, curl it up. Keep the shoulders back though. Don't round into it. Keep them back. Boom, boom, bow. Boom, boom, bow. For 4, 3, 2, 1. Dumbbells out the way. Next up, side plank, side crunch. Taking it down, hips in, crunch it in. Drop the bottom knee if you have to. Or if you're standing, tap that toe, bring that knee to meet that elbow. 15 more seconds of this. And then you got your squat with a crisscross in 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, done. All right, squat with a crisscross. Drop those hips low, toes pointed forward as you do so. Boom, boom, and down again. Boom, pow, down again. Keep it going right here. 20 seconds. And then we're jumping right in to those kettlebell swings in 15. Final 12. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, done. Kettlebell swings, don't forget. Good mornings, swings, deadlifts, whatever you got. Keep going in 3, 2, 1. Drive those hips forward. Try to keep a neutral spine at the top. Don't arch into this. You want to make sure your shoulders are directly over those hips every time at the top. Keep going for 13 seconds. Not digging that, don't forget. Hinge, drive. Hinge, drive. 5 more seconds, not digging that. Fingertips behind the ears. Boom, and done. Next up, got your side plank, side crunch once again. Down on the ground. Drop that bottom knee if you have to. Eyes out front. Keep it here. Kick that leg on the bottom out behind you. Try again. Not digging this. No worries. Try it from an elevated surface, like a couch or something. Same deal. Not digging this either. Give me that staying alive action for 4, 3, 2, 1. Done. Next up, we've got your Heisman's last move, best move. 3, 2, 1. Knee drive, knee drive. 1, 2, 3. Step and drive. 1, 2, 3. Step and drive. Remember, shoulders move, knees move. Tapping those toes, hips stay square. Keeping it going for 12 more seconds. And 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Done. Go ahead, get that drink of water. We're gonna slip right into your sweet, sweet cool down. All right. Let's regulate that breathing. Start with a deep breath in, reach for the ceiling, coming on up. Exhale, hinging at the waist, coming on down. Inhale, coming on up. Exhale, hinging at the waist, coming on down. Inhale, coming on up. Now this time, grab your left wrist with your right hand. Exhale as you lean to your right, pulling on that left wrist. Feel that stretch run right down the side of that core. In that serratus, in those obliques, in those hips, those lats in the back, biceps to ears, hips drawn in. Don't drive those hips back for 3, 2, 1. Inhale, coming on up. Switching sides here. Exhale as you lean in the opposite direction. Keeping it here for 3, 2, 1. Inhale, coming on up. This time as you exhale, open those arms out to the side, palms facing out and away from you with every exhale. Drop your shoulders further away from those ears. 3, 2, 1. Inhale, bring your hands up. Interlocking your fingers at the top. This time as you exhale, bring your arms down in front of you. Tuck your chin into your chest while you're here. Try to pull those arms apart. Feel that stretch in your upper back and in your shoulders. Keep it here for 3, 2, 1. Unlock those hands. Give me 3 shoulder rolls back here. 3, 2, 1. Now with your shoulders rolled back, your chest held high, chin up, do me a favor. Hinge at the waist, coming on down. Reach for your toes. Keep your knees soft on this. Don't lock them out. Come on down. Drive your hips backwards. If you need any help with this, don't be afraid to use like the arm of a chair for that support. Lean back into it. That way, as you're pushing into it, you can feel that stretch in your hamstrings and not the back itself. Try to get your chest as close to your thighs as possible with every exhale. For 3, 2, 1. Roll up. We're going into your butt kickers again like we did during that warm-up. This right here is going to hit those quads. So try to get your heels close to that booty as possible. Hips drawn in, chest nice and tall. Keep it here for 3, 2, 1. Now if you've got the balance, don't be afraid to go ahead. Grab the foot, hug the heel close. A lot of times when it comes to balance, we have a tendency to think like, oh, if I don't have it, it's just not there. Forget it. I'll deal with it later. What you actually want to do is find something to look at on the ground. Right now I'm focusing on you guys, so that's where my focus is. But once you got that foot in the hand, squeeze the glute of that bent knee, and don't shift that focus. Keep it here for 3, 2, 1. Now, let's go ahead and put that foot down, and I want you to try it this time, okay? See if you can grab your foot. If you can grab your foot, give it a try. Otherwise, if you don't have that range of motion yet, we'll get you there later. Find something to look at, whether it's me on your screen, something on the floor. Grab the foot, hug the heel close, squeeze the glute of the bent knee. Personally, I like to grab the foot with the opposite hand. So right now I've got my left leg's foot in my right arm's hand. Hips drawn in, squeezing the glute of this bent knee. Keeping it right here for 3, 2, 1. Let's go ahead and put that foot down. Give me 3 more deep breaths in. Reach for the ceiling, coming on up. Exhale, hinging at the waist, coming on down. Inhale, coming on up. Ah. Exhale, hinging up with the waist coming on down. Ah. Inhale, coming on up. Ah. And this time as you exhale, push your palms up towards the sky, getting a little bit tall with every exhale. Through 3, 2, 1. Bringing your hands down to a lovely round of applause. Ladies and gentlemen, awesome work today. Way to bring it. You guys did awesome. Don't forget, these workouts are supposed to come out every week. Some might come out a little later than others. We've got a couple weeks to make up for. This right here is, I believe, week 4 for you guys. So go ahead, enjoy. If it's not, I'm sorry. I don't know what I'm talking about. Either way, thank you so much for watching. If you guys like what you see here, the full workouts for the next 5 weeks of the year, or for the first 5 weeks of the year, will be free, and there will be cycled out for new ones for you guys to try, just so you guys have an idea of what you're getting into. If you guys want to go ahead and subscribe to my Patreon, you'll get the workouts there first, and then you'll be able to go ahead and see the rest of them as they come out later on YouTube. With that said, guys, you have a great rest of your week. Hope to see you soon for your next workout. In case I don't, have a great rest of your week.